Hello, everyone. So, what we're going to do today is I thought what I'll do is I'll start like a weekly stream just for an hour, half an hour to an hour, where you can ask me any questions you want. I get asked loads of questions on all the different social media platforms. I thought this would give you an opportunity to find ways of questions, and I'll answer as many as I can. And if you want to have a chat, we can do that. That's absolutely no problem. So, any questions I get, I'll leave at the bottom of the screen here and we can run through them. So if anyone wants to jump on and join me, then that'd be brilliant. So using some new software today, so I'm just getting the hang of it, and I'm not really sure how this is going to pan out. So we'll just have to just see how it goes. So just bear with me. I don't know if anyone's watching. Even I've got 9 people watching, 10 people watching. I think if you can hear me and the camera everything's okay, just leave a comment, let me know that everything's working okay. And everything can crack on. Sedgensworth Motor Company. Right, let's see if this works. Hello, hello. How are you today? How's your weekend been, Sam? Sam, when are you going to start doing some lives? Sav, good evening. How are you today? How's your weekend been? Oh, brilliant. Please see yourself in the car, Sam. That is excellent. If you don't know, Sedgensworth Motor Company, that's a good friend of mine called Sam Hard. He has an excellent YouTube channel called Hard Up Garage. If you're not subscribed to him, or if you like cars, jump over his channel, Hard Up Garage, and check it out. Absolutely brilliant. Sam, it'd be wonderful to have you join our live. Sam, all good? Just a quick question, if possible. Yep, fire away. If you can answer it, I will. Appreciate you, Sam. You're absolutely legend. Okay, let's see what's happening. Wants to know electric mirror shower 6 mil with 30 supply, shower 8.7. Oh, okay, the shower's a mirror shower. Okay, right. Bear with me. So I think what you're asking me, Sav, is that cable suitable? And it's pulling about 36 amps roughly, and that 6 mil cable should take about 40, depending on how the cable's installed. So it should be okay. There are other factors involved, obviously. It should be on a 40 amp RCD or RCBA or MCB with RCB. So if you just joined me today, what we're doing is I'm starting a series of lives. Thinking about doing one every Sunday for an hour. It gives you an opportunity to find the questions at me. I answer an awful lot of questions throughout the week. Um, Through comments in my videos. It can be quite time consuming, so I thought I would do this and give you an opportunity to ask me the questions and we can just run through it all together. Sav, it's a trying to put 40 amp, and apparently some other electricians said it should be 10 mil. I think a 6 mil should be okay for that personally. The resident is not paying. Well, that's what debt collectors are for, Sav. That's what debt collectors are for. If you've done your calcs, then you can prove it. Beechcroft Electrical. Hi mate, hope you are okay and have a good weekend. Your videos are also awesome and refreshing to keep in comparison to some of the others on here. So, like, keep it up. Beechcroft. I just try and be a little bit different and I just want to be a normal guy. So I'm trying to show you in the videos. I don't do any sponsored stuff, as you know. So anything I show you pretty much just my opinion, and that's how I try and do it really. Appreciate you taking the time to leave a comment. And Sav, you're welcome. Hi Sean, how are you? When quoting, if you find the customer has a loop supply, do you take it in a deposit before contacting the DNO? I recently arranged a number of units only to lose the job to another contractor. That's very difficult. So what I tend to do is, if I'm on a job and there is a loop supply, I put a separate quote in for the admin side of that DNO application. Because basically, you're going to manage that. You're going to become the customer of that DNO application. So the first thing to do is do that almost on a separate quote. And then if they accept that, then at least you'll pay the DNO side of things. And then quote the EV install as a separate job. I think that's the best way not to lose out in that situation. Your volume is in and out. Okay, all right, all right. Let me see what I can do about that. Hi, your sound is really choppy tonight. Your speech keeps coming, going, unless it's my TV. Okay, we'll monitor this. Just keep me up to date and let me know if this is going to prove to be a problem or not. What I'll do is just try and carry on. Enoch, you're watching from Ghana. Thank you very much. Sav, that's better. Great. Okay, I think it was because I had a bit of music playing on the background. I've turned that off now, so we'll see if this is better. Okay, brilliant. So, Sean, did you hear what I said about the DNO quoting? I'll just run through that again quickly for you, just in case you didn't quite catch that. But what I recommend is with a DNO application, if you find your customers on a loop supply, then do two quotations, one for the admin side and the running of the DNO application, because you're going to be the customer and you're going to have to be in comms with the DNO for that and coordinate that with the customer. So do that as a separate price and then do the EV charging install quote as another job, basically. That way you will at least get paid for all the admin that you've done. Richard Levy, how are you? Hopefully I've solved that. Sound is clear, great. Refresh your video, guys. Fixed the audio issues. So Callum says refresh the video. Hopefully that'll work. Sean, that's perfect, mate. Thank you. Never thought about having two separate prices. Thanks, mate. No problem. It's one of those things I've been caught out on that before. And where you are, installing EV charging points, there's a little bit more to that job. There's a lot of admin involved, more testing involved. So you need to price that accordingly. And if you need to split it up, then split it up. Hypervolt or the Omi? Omi is a bit of an eyesore, but would love to hear professional's opinion. So basically, the customers that I find want the Hypervolt are the ones who like the look of it. For a customer's usage point of view, I would recommend the Omi because I haven't had a single problem with the Omi app yet, whereas I have with the Hypervolt. I know they've got quite a few bug issues they have in the past. I haven't even installed one in quite a while, if I'm honest with you. And I've gone towards the Omi quite a lot just because of the ease installation. It works with Octopus. It's just an all-rounding good charger. It may not be the most pleasing to look at, but it is a good charger. Also loving car charging episodes. Really learnt a lot. That's brilliant. Thank you, Sav. Richard Levy seems much better now. Brilliant. Thank you. Thanks for keeping me in the loop. Obviously, I can't hear what you guys can hear. Leo, the DNO notifications for the EV installs. Okay, so what do you want to know, Leo? Like, how do you do it or what the process is? Ask me a little bit more. Enoch, SOTA, you want to have a professional chat with me? Yeah, that's possible, but what I'm going to say, Enoch, is I get a lot of inquiries of people who want to come and work with me, and I don't have a position available at the minute, but I'm happy to have a chat with you. But if it's regarding like recruitment or job opportunity, there isn't one available. Sean, big question now, mate. What's your opinion on outdoor fuse boxes? Sorry to ask. No, it's absolutely fine. I know it's a controversial topic, and I've heard other people's opinions on it. I'm not going to say who. So what I've done personally is I've been in touch with BG, and I've been in touch with some other manufacturers. And what they like BG, for example, they have told me like that they test their RCDs and the protection inside those consumer units to minus 25. And they operate correctly in those conditions, and plus 40 degrees, I think it is. So they don't seem to have an issue with it. They keep telling me personally that they're absolutely fine to use. So it's a bit of a sticky, just because someone shouted quite loud about them not being very good. If you want to listen to that, that's fine, but there's no regulation saying you can't use them. And also people forget that outdoor consumer units have been used for a very long time, way before EV chargers. They've been around for donkey's years, and all the manufacturers make them. So, and there hasn't been an issue up to this point yet. Now, I know Fusebox, they're bringing out a outdoor consumer unit also, and it's been tested pretty rigorously, if that's rigorously. So me personally, until someone says to me that you can't use them, I'm going to continue to use them. I haven't had any problems yet. And I know it's to do with the IP rating, because as soon as you drill a hole in it, it no longer has that IP rating. So all we can do about that is resolve that the best we can and seal up the holes that have been drilled. I hope that sort of helps what I'm trying to say. Helps your question, answer your question, sorry. What else we got? Sean, what's your opinion on the outdoor consumer units? Because we need to be realistic about this. You look at like Octopus, for example, that's like all they do. There are thousands of installs now with outdoor consumer units. Sean, totally agree. I asked NIC and my view is the same. Yeah, exactly. Like I say, there's someone's been shouting about it on the internet and a lot of people have taken notice, but I'm not one of these, I'm not a sheep sort of person. So I'm going to continue doing it. I'll do a good job. I'll seal the consumer unit up. I'll test it properly. And the other thing I've got to say about that is all these chargers with this built-in protection, does that mean that all of that is now irrelevant and doesn't work? How far do you go with this? Another point to make is a lot of people have consumer units installed in garages. Garages are really, really cold. I know they're not necessarily wet, but you still have this temperature issue. Enoch, it's not a job opportunity. I'm an electrician here in Ghana and want to chat with you personally. Yeah, that's fine. Drop me an email or something, Enoch. That'd be fine. Inquiries at sota-electrical.com. Chris Gallagher. When you add another dB for a charger using Henry blocks, What size cable and breaker for board and charger using Henny blocks? You just split incoming, correct. So what you want to do is, when it comes out of meter, if it's not in a Henny, if you haven't got 100 amp isolator, stick one in. Then stick in some Henny blocks. I like to use 25 mil meter tails if I can. To the EV consumer unit, I normally put in a fuse box consumer unit. They're just, for me personally, they're my favorite ones to do. So I use, like I said, 25 mil tails, and I normally use a 40 amp RCBO for the charger. John, outdoor fuse boxes look a bit unsightly, especially on the front of the house. Absolutely, John. I completely agree. It's circumstantial though, so I will only install an outdoor consumer unit as a last resort. Let's say, for example, the consumer unit is in the middle of the house, under the stairs, rooms surrounding it, and there's concrete floors. Sometimes, but the meter's on the outside wall. You've got limited options. People don't want trunking. People don't want floors all lifted up. People don't want cables running out of the first floor down to a charging point. So you need to be realistic about this. Yes, so unsightly. I agree completely. But sometimes you're stuck with what you can do, and every job has a budget. Sav, kitchens, not a special location. Building control, so 300 mil for sockets away from sinks and cookers, but BSM did not mention this. Would you found EICR if you say 150 mil from sink or cooker? The thing with EICs is, it's a little bit of personal judgment as well. Look at the surroundings and how the kitchen's been used. You can always put it down as a C3 as a recommendation, but like you say, it's not actually in the regs. Sav, no worries. Ask away, mate. If I can answer them, I will. William, did you pull out the main fuse if there is no main isolation switch installed? William, I'm not going down this road, I'm afraid, because I've had so many people ask me this. It's a bit of a silly question, to be honest. I can tell you now that I'm not going to work on the tails live. And people also forget, but people don't know, to be honest, that I used to work on HV for 6 years. So if I was to pull a main fuse, I'm sufficiently trained to do that, and I will do it in a safe manner. So I don't mean to be rude about that, William, to be honest, but I've had so many comments about that. And to me, it's such an insignificant thing when you think like a meter guy will have 6 weeks training, and there'll be someone like me who's been in the game for 20 years. You can't tell me I'm not competent to remove a fuse, I'm afraid. That rule, not removing a fuse, is like dinosaur as far as I'm concerned. I think a lot of people's issues with outdoor fuse box is that if they get damaged at the height they are put in at, only protection is the main fuse. Yeah, look, I completely get that as well. There's no obviously other protection towards it, and that's down to the installer to make that correct decision where to install that board. You need to take things into account, like what are the chances of it getting crashed into or whatever, and it's you just got to be sensible about your installations and recommend the customer accordingly. Hi, love your work. Is a 6 mil square sufficient for 32 amp free phase 22 kilowatt charger? 6 mil is fine for 3 phase as long as you've got 5 cores. Enoch, you're welcome. Leo, do you use Install Hub or another company for the admin side of your DNO application? I don't use any other software for my DNO applications. I work directly with the DNO. Chris, thanks. That's great. Keep up the videos. Enjoy your work. Thank you, Chris. You're a legend. Enoch, still watching. Okay. Jack, starting to do my own work. What's it like joining NAPE or NIC? Is it stressful and a lot of work? It depends who you go with. I've got no experience with the NIC. I'm with NAPE personally. I've been NAPE for 8 years from day one. And they're good as gold. The only thing that you're going to stress yourself out about is the assessment. But if you're a good spark, you know how to test, you're going to be absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. They're only people. So they've got nothing against you, and people forget that you're the customer also. So don't be intimidated by them. Damn it. Hi, how are you? We've got Julian Blake, evening, would never pull out a main fuse. Yes, Julian, I'm trying to stay away from this topic. Dermot, hi Adam, what was your route into the trade? What made you specialise in EV charger side? Cheers. So Dermot, I started my apprenticeship when I left school, basically. I don't know anything different. It's just what I've done from day one. And I've done my apprenticeship in commercial, industrial, really, more commercial. And then after that, for a little while, I went into HV and I've done HV work, only up to 11 kV though, installing substations, cable jointing, HV switch gear, all those bits and bobs, done a bit on the overhead lines, and I've done that for 6 years. And then I went out on my own, and the only market I could compete in was domestic. I didn't really like working inside people's houses, and I wanted to get back outside. I like being outside, and I saw that EV charging as an opportunity to do that, and that's why I got into EV charging. Alan, hi mate, do you mind me asking where you got your rain cover to go over the back of your van doors? Alan, no, not at all. So I got that rain cover. I don't have the website for you, but if you put in Google rear van door canopy, rear van door canopy in Google, I promise you it will come up. My advice though is, I don't know all the vans, but you need to make sure that your doors lock, because when you put the canopy over, it's got like straps either side. And if your van doors don't lock out, then the van doors will come in. So just be aware of that. With the custom, you're absolutely fine. Kane, hello Kane, how are you? Kane, SOTA, well, SOTA stands for state of the art, and it comes from a family background of companies. Damn it, you're welcome. Sue, hi. See my copied section from SSEM reference cutout removal. Cheers. See my copied section. I'm not sure where to find that, if I'm honest. Martin, love your content and work ethic, top bloke. Thank you, Martin. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much for watching my videos. I appreciate that more than you realise. Sav, I started years ago via rated people for trust, trader, etc. It's fair enough. Cyril, it mentions EV shouldn't be on a PME system. What are the ways around it? Earth rod or pen fault detection, etc. So, Cyril, basically, they can be on PME systems. Most chargers now have pen fault built into them. So just install a charger with that. Most of them do on the market now. The only one that I think doesn't, that I install, is the Tesla charger. Now, with the Tesla charger, you can get a Garrow consumer unit, which has it built in. So that's the way around it. But it's fine. MKL Cable Solutions, how are you? No, not tonight. I'm leaving the dancing for Wednesday. Oh, let's go to Stephen. Did you spend another fortune at Ali Pally? No, I didn't. I'm not very good at. I go to these shows and I go for a bit of a social, if I'm honest. Bumped into some really nice people and a lot of mates that I've made online. But no, I bought like a couple of cable socks for my EV Ultra cable. So when I do those stupid cable pulls, that will hopefully go a bit better. But no, I didn't really spend much at all. I'm not very good at spending money with that sort of stuff. Enoch, hope one, you will open company branch in Ghana one day. Enoch, I'll be honest with you, that's highly unlikely. MK, would you wear pink boots? So personally, no. Well, I don't see why not. I don't really care, but I know a guy who looks great in them. If you want to see someone who looks incredible in pink work boots, jump over to like Instagram or TikTok and give MKL Cable Solutions a follow. He's a legend. Alan, cheers, mate. Love the channel and content. Thank you very much, Alan. I appreciate you. Man Professor, hi from just over the water. Brilliant. Nice chatting. Hope you're well. MKL, love it. I love you. You're amazing. Julian, fitted a Victron charger recently that doesn't have pen fault on 6 milliamp DC RCD. Okay, did you put an earth spike in, or did you use a Garrow unit? What did you do? And I haven't heard of a Victron charger. What are they like? SSE and have a document that allows cutout fuse removals by NAPA. That's very interesting. I would love to see that. Can you like direct message me somehow? Drop me a personal message or something. That'd be brilliant. Or leave a comment on a video. I'd love to see that. And I'll give you a shout out for that one. Would you recommend to install ELCB inside the ELC? I'm not very good at abbreviations all the time. It takes me a little while to work out. When taking power 22 EV charger. Oh, I've got questions. Loads of questions. Sorry, Sahim. I'm not really sure what you're on about. Leo, you're welcome. Bright Electrics. I'm assuming you're saying hello. Hello to you. Hope you're well. There we go. Hello. Lucky Sparks Gaming. Will you be getting the tough built storage stuff when it comes out? I don't know, to be honest, because I don't. Maybe it depends. I'm not going to have like all the wheeled stuff because I haven't accounted for that in my van and I don't really need it. But I'll have a look at the pull-out drawers if they do any. I'll certainly have a look at that. Callum, do you see yourself getting into solar or home batteries at any point? Callum, I've looked into both of this. I haven't got into it. I've done the battery courses. I've installed solar before. The MCS for the solar is an absolute nightmare for me working on my own. I'm not prepared to do that administration side of things. I think the whole thing's a load of rubbish, if I'm honest with you, because that MCS just, what's the word? That MCS basically regulates the admin side of things, not the installation. So I see so many companies where solar installers are not Sparks and the work is awful because the installation side is not regulated. I don't care what anyone says. It's not. The admin side is. I'm not prepared to go down that route and be pulled down a road on all this admin stuff that's completely irrelevant. You know, let's look at the installations. Solar is an easy job. It shouldn't be like this. And battery storage, the only reason I haven't really done any batteries is because I know there's some maintenance issues with some of the batteries sometimes. And for me, myself, I can't really offer like a 24-hour, 7-day a week battery service. Battery service of basically. So I've just not got into it. I'm quite happy with what I'm doing. MKL, have to say, mate, it was lovely to meet up. Have to say, my wife loves the video of the dog bed. Oh, it was lovely meeting you, mate. That was brilliant. And that's lovely that you like the dog bed video. Basically, I had some leftover carpet, and I made that dog bed a little while ago for my dog. I popped my head in there, and I was like, "Oh, this doesn't look very homely." And I had that leftover carpet from the van, so I just thought, let's try and make it a bit nicer for the dog. Sure, right. Bright Electrics, love your content. Very much different from the mainstream. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. MS Electrical, how are you finding the flow of EV leads coming in at the moment? Me personally, nicely, I'd say probably 90% of my EV charging leads are through YouTube. If I didn't have that, I imagine it'd be a bit dry. How are you finding it? Hope you're doing okay. I'm terrible with life. It is. No, Bright Electrics, you're doing fine, mate. This is new for me too. Julian didn't go much on it, but these modes communication that was needed for PIC control, the whole system was TT, but had to buy an expensive RCD. Interesting. For me personally, straight away, I'm going to stay away from that charger. See, I'm in Catsfield and a Ferrum. I pop round and see you if you want. Yeah, let's organise it. Let's go through that. It'd be brilliant to see. Yeah, and meet you obviously. Bright Electric, so true about MCS. I've been doing fault finding after MCS pre-installers. Absolutely awful. They are awful. The whole thing's a joke. Random question for you. What's involved with initial verification of Economy 7 consumer units as there is no supply until set times? Yeah, absolutely. So all you can do is basically dead testing unless you're going to go around when it's fired up. You know, it's limitations. That's all I can say. If you're doing an EICR, for example, and you've got an Economy 7 board, you've just got limitations on what you can do on the testing side of things. All the rest of the inspections you can carry out. I agree, MCS is a joke. I see no reason for it to exist. 100%. Let's start a petition. Let's ban MCS because all of us boys can install SOTA. It's a piece of cake and we're just getting ripped off. It's just a rip-off thing. Enoch, how many arrangements in the UK? You've got a few. You've got TT, TNS, TNCS, IT, and I think that's it. I think there's the 4, unless anyone knows of a 5th. Bobby, great videos. How did you get into Makita? As in, what made me start using the drills? I bought a Makita drill when I started my apprenticeship. I think someone else might have had one. Just stuck with the brand. Nothing else. Alan, hi mate. One more question. I've been a trained spark about 6 to 7 years, but I've had another employment doing sparks full time now. Any tips on getting more work in and getting myself out there? Alan, I think, to be honest with you, if you want to go out on your own, you're gonna do it. I was sort of forced a little bit. I lost my job, decided I wasn't going to go and work for anyone else ever again, and that's why I done it. So I talked to loads of people who it's a fear factor as far as I'm concerned. Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? How are you going to do it? How are you going to get work? I can do a live next week if you want on starting up business. And how to get going. If that will help you out, if anyone else wants to hear about that, leave a comment, let me know. What you need to do is you need to take that jump and you need to put yourself basically in the deep end, because if you don't have any money coming in, you're going to find work and you're going to do it quickly and you're going to work hard. So you'll never be ready. You've just got to do it. And if you want to do it, you will do it. Do you have experience with Teltonet? No, I don't. No idea what that is, I'm afraid. Decent electricians can't even touch solar now because big economics charge stupid small amounts. I know Bright Electrics. I think the whole thing's a con. Should I do a video on how us boys are getting basically pushed out the market by massive companies who aren't using electricians? Because we all know they're not electricians. It's impossible to have that many electricians work for these companies. Impossible. Man, Professor, talking about MCS, I'm sure that I read somewhere that Octopus Energy unit will require MCS, but I could be wrong. You are right. That is right. And the whole MCS thing was basically for that feed-in tariff or whatever it's called now. So it's good that Octopus are doing that, but MCS have put their name out quite big. And I know that it's one of those things, if you approach a customer and you say, I'm not MCS registered, they're probably going to think there's something wrong with you without realizing about everything else that's going on in the background. So it's a difficult one. Where are we up to? Dermot, feel the fear and do it anyway. 100%. Embrace it. What apprenticeship procedure in the UK and how many years? It's a 4-year apprenticeship, and basically good luck getting one because it's near impossible. And I get asked all the time if I'm taking on an apprentice, and I get asked an awful lot by even adult trainees, you know, how to get into the game. It's near on impossible in this country. The government are not helping at all. As we all know, the government are absolute sham. Go for starting your own business live. So many people are afraid to go for it. All right, Bright Sparks. I think next Sunday I'm going to do get out there and I'll do a live on setting up on your own. I'm not like an incredible businessman, but I can tell you what I done and what not to do for sure. And hopefully it might help you out. Alan, you are more than welcome. Dermot personally would never go back to work for someone ever again. Dermot, I'm in the same boat as you. I couldn't do it. I could not imagine being told when I could have a day off, when I couldn't have a day off. Oh, God, being told where to go all the time, having to go and do jobs you don't want to do. I couldn't do it anymore. Yes, do a live for that too. Okay. Sav, I started by going to letting agents in and around, telling them that the first teams are free, but I got remedial works went on. Well, that's a brave thing to do. I certainly would never do it for free. Or maybe a cheaper price and then get the remedials. But if it's worked for you, it's worked for you. We all have different ways of going about it. You'll be busy enough just with the YouTube live videos. Well, let's hope it's popular, eh? It's worth a go. Sparky Gaz, nothing will ever change for the good within the electrical game. Sparkies are are their own worst enemies. Probably, if that's what you're saying, then yeah, I know. Sparkies are normally horrible people. To be honest, I think it's a lot of the older generation, a lot of the younger guys now, my age or younger, they just want to talk and help each other, and I think that's the right thing to do. When I was a young electrician or an apprentice, and I didn't know how to do anything, I found that the older guys, if I asked them, the only answer I'd get out of them was, "Didn't you learn that in college?" And it's the wrong attitude. It's an arrogant attitude, and I don't like it. Alan, do you find that you can charge a premium compared to the big companies for EV installs? If yes, what do you think gives you the ability to charge more? I wouldn't say, Alan, that I can charge a premium. All my jobs I charge fairly. What I find is that my customers who go to the bigger, a lot of my customers do go to the bigger companies first. Normally my jobs are not what they call a standard install, and I don't like that expression. But the other thing that I find is that customers like is, with me, a lot of my work is local. And if there's an issue, if there's an issue with their charger, there's a local guy to sort it out, rather than trying to jump through hoops, trying to get through to a national company. I don't charge a premium. I do charge more than a national company, and I know that for a fact because I've had subcontracting companies ask me to do work for them, and the prices that they offer the installers, as far as I'm concerned, is terrible. So on the labor side of things, definitely I do charge more than that, but I'm not trying to install 3 chargers a day. So it's not that I have any right to charge more than them. It's the fact that customers with me, they know who I am. I'm a local guy. They're going to get a good job. All the reviews are there. They can see from social media that I'm going to do my best and do a good job for them. And look, you get what you pay for. Last one, Makita related. Here in Milton Keynes, they have a main office. They repair their own kit, even out of warranty. I've used them for years based on that aftercare. Not many. No, I didn't know that. That's very interesting and a good thing to know and point out. MKL, I know you love making a video. Make a video on that. People will be interested to know that. MS Electrical, do you have plans to grow with more electricians, or happy staying as you are? If I'm honest with you, I'm absolutely more than happy as I am. I know plenty of people who have 5, 6, 7 guys working for them, and from what I've seen, they don't earn any more money and they just have an awful lot more stress. I like having the freedom to do what I want to do, especially with the social media phone side of things. If I want to go off and do a show or whatever, I have the freedom to do that. If I want to have a day off, I can do that. I haven't got to worry about finding work for anyone else. I'm quite humble and happy with the way I am and the way things are at the minute. I don't want any more stress. Enoch, is it possible for Ghana electricians to work in the UK? Tell me more. Enoch, we're going down this recruitment route. I can't tell you that. You need to be a qualified electrician in the UK, really. Mad professional. I currently work for time, but also learning to be a Sparky. Always learning. Most evenings, head in the books and watching videos online / YouTube like yours, etc. Always learning something new on a different way. Okay, that's good. I think you're doing absolutely all the right things, Mad Professor. Bright Electrics, I really hope that the industry evolves and that we can help each other rather than otherwise, and we should start appreciating our time as Sparks really reflects what we know and what we were trained. Yeah, 100%. And I get quite upset about this whole thing when, if you go in and someone's RCD strip, for example, and it's one of those old MK boards where you need to put the RCD down and then back up again, and it takes you or me 2 seconds to fix that, and a customer gets upset because they need to pay a call out for that despite being sat in the dark for 4 hours. And it's down to knowledge. I don't know why people would rather pay someone to take longer to do a job rather than pay someone who knows more, with good experience, who is well prepared, organized to get a job in and out and done quickly. To me, I'd rather pay the quicker person who knows what they're doing. Damn, what the customer knows you're not going to sling it in and pee off into the distance. Yeah, absolutely. Bramcott Electrical, how you secured those ladders in van? How you secured those ladders in van to roof like that, I think you're trying to say. So I've got the jet rack. Jet rack's a good system. You just put a bit of, I just used shallow uni strut fixed to the roof, and then you get like a kit. Basically, it's a piece of cake. I haven't banged my head once. I'm quite short though. But yeah, it's good. If it's quite expensive, but it's good. It's all this crap pay per hour rather than pay for knowledge. 100%. I don't do hourly work. I charge for the job. Cut, yeah, it's the jet rack. No problem. I've done a video on the jet rack as well on how to install it if you're interested. If you jump over and look through my videos, you'll see it. Bobby, if you don't mind me asking, where do you get your EV chargers from? I get most of my EV chargers from Rexel. I've got no issue sharing that. I also use an online supplier called Replenish. If you get an account with Replenish, they do some pretty good deals. So give them a go. Nice. Do you provide free assessments for your customers who wants to install EV chargers? Yeah, I do free quotations for customers who are serious about buying or getting an EV charger installed. If I have a customer and they say to me that they're thinking about it and they want to know what's involved, then I won't go around for free just to give away my knowledge and time and fuel, to be honest with you. And I explain this, that, you know, they can basically book me in for an hour. We can run through everything. But it's completely unfair to expect someone just to give up their time, use their fuel, and give away their knowledge for someone who's just trying to find out something, especially like a small business like me. So if they are, you know, obviously getting an install done, then the quote obviously is free. MS Electrical, who is your favorite YouTube Sparky and what other channels do you follow? Are you a go to what? If I'm honest with you, MS Electrical, I don't follow any other YouTube Sparkies because I just don't. I'm not really interested. I love YouTube, but I watch just other subjects. I've tried watching other channels, but to be honest, I don't find the content engaging. And I think those sort of people, maybe they've got a bit of a hardcore fan base, but I don't find the videos very good, if I'm honest with you. And I don't like videos that are constantly selling me stuff. I'm not naming names. We'll know who I'm talking about. Bright Sparks, Bright Electrics, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Speak to you soon. Richard Newton, hi. You said in your last video you haven't got a wall chaser. Are you considering it? There we go. Richard, I'm not considering it because I don't like chasing walls out. I've done loads of that in the past. If I'm ever chasing walls, it's once in a blue moon. If I'm honest, I've got some work to do around my sisters. I'm not. I like the Metabo gear and the extractor, but it's storing the stuff for something that I'd use once in a blue moon. So if I'm honest, I'm not really looking into it. But I know there's some quality gear out there. With rewires of a 3-bedroom property that split rooms, I split rooms and have RCBO for just the lights in that room and separate RCBO for the sockets. Helps in the future fault finding. You can split your circuits if you like. You can have a massive boards, but that's up to you. Mad Professor, what do you use for quotes invoicing? I use Tradeify, not sponsored. Mike Brooks, love your videos. Keep up the good work, Mike. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Thank you for watching. Right, we've got 15 more minutes, lads. So fire away. Martin, there is so much dangerous work out there. It's scary from the DIY Daves. One of your videos, you sorted out the rewire in someone's bungalow. That is what separates us from the bodge and the legates. 100%, Martin. There's loads of bad work out there. I think you know, it's also a bit of a generation thing as well, where you've got some people, obviously the older generation used to do a lot on their own, and that's fine. That's just how it was. I'm not knocking it. So we're picking up pieces from that, obviously. And then you have still those people who are giving it a go. but things have moved on, you know. As long as we keep going out there and doing a good job, I think that's the main thing. Craig, do you think you'll ever want to expand your company and take on a few employees? At the minute, Craig, if I'm completely honest with you, no, it's not my goal. I could do that, but I'm not looking for the extra stress at the minute. I'm one of these people, you know, I've seen people who work really hard and they have all this stress and then they retire and they die, basically. I'm not going to be one of those. I want to try and enjoy my life a little bit and use my time as I wish while I'm still a little bit younger and not just, you know, just bury myself in stress. MMG, would you ever travel as far as Brum to do an EIC on consumer unit change? If I'm honest with you, I wouldn't be able to compete with a local guy, that's for sure. But I would do it. The only thing is I'd have to put on additional travel time, travel money, and maybe like an overnight stay. So if you're willing to pay it, no problem. What is your most used or favorite tools? Well, as you're probably aware, I love the old spit gun. Love that. It's just a time saver because when I'm doing an EV install, the cable run is the bit that I don't really want to do. I want to get my hands in the consumer unit and in the charger. So that spit gun has like eliminated that lengthy process for me of just drilling, plugging, and screwing. Otherwise, I'm not really sure. I've got quite a good set of hand tools now. Hand tools are really important to me. I could do a tool video maybe. I don't know. I don't want it to be boring though. I don't want to do videos like everyone else. That was a good run of questions, lads. What other okay, let's get this question up. What other services would you add on that Complement EV charger installation? What other services would you add that Complement EV charge installation? Are you referring like, you know, things that complement an EV charging installation, depending on the EV charger, is, you know, solar and battery storage, obviously. They're doing trials at the minute for vehicle to home charging. That's interesting. And that's been done with Indra. So I'm not sure whereabouts in the country they're doing those trials at the minute, but it's an interesting one that obviously complement an EV charger. It has to be compatible. If that's what you're trying to ask me, you do like a good tool video. All right, maybe I'll do one then. Enoch, you skipped mine. Let me go back. Sorry, Enoch. Let me have a look. Enoch, if you're talking about if it's possible for Ghanaian electrician to work in the UK, you'll have to do some research online for that, mate, because your qualifications are not going to be the same as ours. And you would probably end up being classed as an electrician's mate or labourer until you got qualified. No, not that one. I can't see another one, Enoch. Enoch, can you just, that's the last comment that I can see that you've written. So if you could just type it out again, that'd be great. I can't see it. This beats dancing on ice. I hope so, damn it. Hopefully this has been all right tonight. You know, it's a bit of a trial thing for me. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. Martin, totally agree. What else we got? MMG, thoughts on certifying and other Spark keys work? Personally, I won't do it. But, if someone else has done an installation, the most you're going to get out of me is an EICR. I won't certify someone else's installation. if you've got a customer and they've had someone else do the install work, it's a red flag to me straight away. It's why they have employed someone who can't even sign it off. So that red flag's enough for me to not want to sign it off. Chris, what tool bag is your best recommendation? Also, have you seen a new Veto drill holster on the spring promo? Looks tasty. From that expression, you can probably guess I've not seen that. I use a Veto tool bag. It's like an XL one. You'll see it in my videos, and I've had it for a couple of years now, maybe, and it's been the best bag I've ever had. I do recommend it. I think with tool bags, though, it's all well and good me saying, like, I recommend this bag, but it's down to what sort of jobs you do and how you organize yourself, because there's plenty of good gear out there, but it needs to suit you as a person and what you're doing. Regarding this drill holster, I'm going to be having a look at that immediately after this. If you can say, what has been the worst job call out that you have done? Worst job call out I've done. I don't think I can name a specific job, but I think the most annoying call out jobs I do is when customers don't tell you exactly what's gone on. Like, there's a problem with the lights and they haven't told you that they've tried to put up a new pendant or something. So you spend ages trying to find this problem. That's the most annoying thing for me. Or I've had another situation where a customer was embarrassed because they had rodents, and I asked them if they had any issues with rodents, and they said no, 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 no. Then I found it was a cable chewed by a rat, and they were like, oh yeah, we have heard things underneath the floorboards. And it's like you just go around in circles unnecessarily. Is Solar or two-man team able to do a typical off-grid solar install within 2 days? Probably. I haven't got that much in experience in that sort of solar installs, but I don't see why not. EICR doing someone else's work for me personally. Yeah, Chris, we're on the same page, mate. MKL, mate, I think you have done an awesome Q&A. Vita drill holder, nice. I love a Vito. Thank you very much. I've enjoyed this one tonight. I'm not going to say your name because it's probably going to sound racist, but about your spit gun, I can't believe that these bolts hold on every shot. Yeah, honestly, the spit gun's brilliant. I think it's called the DP3. You definitely get one. It's like the team. Okay, Chris, I'm going to check that out 100%. I'm excited about this. Everyone seems to know about this Vito drill holder. We've got about 7 minutes left, lads. 7 minutes. I don't know if there's a way of liking this live either. If that's a thing, it'd be great if you could. Without trying to open a can of worms, what's the pros, cons over NIC or NAPIT? Oh, God, there's another video straight away. I don't know. I've never had experience with the NIC. I've stuck with NAPIT. They've been good as gold with me. But what I can tell you and what I've heard from other people, other sparks that I know, is that the NIC are basically, I've got a major issue with people telling me, an inspector telling me or grilling me about how I should or shouldn't have done something. I've been doing this job long enough. As far as I'm concerned, I don't see why I need someone to come around and look at my work every year to tell me that I'm still an electrician. I'm fully aware of what's right and wrong. So inspect the people who are a bit shady, maybe. I don't see why we need to get inspected every year. I don't agree with it. It's more money-making schemes. I'm on like a massive protest about all this and MCS. I basically want to shut them all down. Do you think you're wasting much money on gadgets and tools, and do you budget for stuff? I don't waste money on gadgets and tools, I don't think. I only buy things if I really want them, if I think I'm going to use them. I do budget for everything, yes. I just don't go out and waste money on stuff. But also, like, tools for me, as well as many other lads, it's a little bit of a hobby. We just love it. We love that stuff. MK, none of your business. I didn't skip yours, Enoch. You're making this up. It's not there. What's your favourite consumer unit brand? At the minute, it's Fusebox. I like a Fusebox consumer unit. Why? I don't know what you're on about. Look, I'm going through them again. You're not asking me anything unless it's getting removed or something. Bramcar Electrical, all should be accepted. All should be accepted at NAPA or NIC. Just some councils are funny who you're with. That's fair enough. Yeah, Enoch, CMKL can't see your question either. Bramcott, long as we're all qualified, love your talking channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think, there's like all these money-making schemes. I'm just sick of it, to be honest with you. We all work so hard. After MKO cable. Your comment says you skipped mine again. Really awesome QA. Thank you very much. None of your business. Yeah. How's your thumb doing now? Thumb's fine, thank you, mate. Is electrician good pay? Yeah, it's good pay. It's a good salary. Ian, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Enoch, write it again. Yeah, see. What are your thoughts about electricians who refuse to sign off their own work? Had a rewire by a registered electrician who will not provide certificates. Have you paid him? That's my question to that. I would definitely love videos on tools and your thoughts on NIC. Okay, Mad Professor, I'm going to make a list once this is all over. We're going to do a video on starting up electrical business. We're going to do another one on tools and NIC, EIC. Have you done much on heat pumps, buddy? Bramcott, not a single one. I know nothing about it. What is the one thing you hate about being an electrician? Not a lot, to be honest. I quite like it. Tell MKL those pink boots match his eyes. They do, damn it, don't they? He does look good in those pink boots, though, don't they? There you go. Thanks, damn it. Just out of curiosity, can someone let me know if you can see these stream of comments come up on your screen, because they're not coming up on mine, and I'm clicking on them all the time. Let me know. Do you use only apps and Tradify to help run the business, or same with save time paperwork? Not really. I just use Tradify. Can you make a video submitting the paperwork to DNO before installing a car charger? I can, David. It's sort of area related though. But yes, I can do that. I guess it's going to open up a can of worms, I imagine, where people are going to tell me I'm doing it wrong, but I'm not. Are you approved or domestic installer? I'm an approved JIB gold card holder, my friend. You can. Okay, fine. Damn it. So you can see the comments. That's great. Brilliant. Thank you, all of you lot, for letting me know. You're legends. As you click on them, we see them. Brilliant. Alan, on with the NICIC, such a stressful assessment day and all the paperwork. Give up a day to show them running. Yeah, exactly. It's just ridiculous, Alan. It's an absolute joke. Who are these people anyway to tell you what you've done right or wrong? We all know. Do you do more domestic or commercial work? At the minute, Bobby, I do more domestic. It's mainly EV chargers. I try and stay out of work and actually inside people's houses. But my background's commercial, HV. It's coming on YouTube. You have to select top chat in drop down. Okay. Do you think domestic installers should carry out EICRs? I don't think domestic installers was even a thing anymore. I thought that part of P thing, if that's what you're talking about, was sort of wrapped up. But you need to be competent to carry out an EICR. You need a bit of history behind you, I think. Mike, I've been with NAPIT for 10 years and all good. I'm with you, Mike. I'm a NAPIT man. Just don't like paying for it. Agree with Alan, assessment day this week. Oh, good luck. Horrible, isn't it? But I think one thing to bear in mind, if your assessor gives you any I'm trying not to swear here. If your assessor is rude in any way to you, just remind them that you're paying them. Just remind them of that. You're the client. You're the customer. Right, gents, it is 8 o'clock. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. Really appreciate it. It's been a good question and answer. We've got some good videos coming up, I think. We'll do another Q&A next week if everyone's up for it. I hope you're well. Have a good week, and I'll catch up with you soon. You're all a bunch of legends. And thank you for all your kind comments. Really, really do appreciate that.